I want this man to give me 10 kids. I want this man to feed me, suck on my toes, tell me I'm the only one in the world, smack someone for me, give me more kids and raise them on a farm. Dear Diary, I want someone like Tora from Midnight Poppyland. You can't have him, but you can read about him. Here's why you should start reading this comic on Webtoon. Number 3. The story. Thickums, aka a book editor, Poppy, gets cheated on by basically the ugliest thing seen in humanity. I almost thought he was some new kind of species related to the cockroach.
Roaches!
Luckily, she catches a re-up for a gangster named Tora, who has abs upon abs, muscles upon muscles, large things in the right place. The story in the beginning is revolving around these two characters and how they keep running into each other, and the first attempts were tragic, and made Tora look like a stalker and a pervert in Poppy's eyes. I mean, he followed her on a train. I think that's kind of creepy too, not gonna lie. But he redeems himself by helping her in a situation where she thinks this guy she's giving a pitch to in a restaurant he's conveniently in is being kidnapped. And they kind of go after him, but suddenly she starts to get to know him and starts falling for him. And Tora, who seems to be like the toughest thing on the streets, is starting to fall in love with her and is becoming a complete softie. I mean, he literally fell in love with like first sight eyes or whatever the phrase is. Number 2, romance. If slow burners are your thing, you might as well consider this story one with a match very far away from it. If you're a fan of something that could take a minute, this is for you. Tora and Poppy's romance slowly builds up throughout the episodes, and it really makes you anticipate what could come. Because Poppy's a very sweet character, it's unlikely for someone like her to be together with someone like Tora. For safety purposes, he's from the streets, she's from the sidewalks. Poppy is basically putting her life at risk just to be with him, and their first date is very memorable, which is why you should really start reading it. Number 1, the gangs. Our very attractive character, Tora, is part of a mafia, and it plays a very big role in the story, not only because of what he's doing, but because this is how he crosses paths with Poppy, and it puts her life and his life at a great risk. But the mafia in the story that Tora's in is in a spiraling craze because someone named Goliath had something important with them and suddenly vanished, and it is sending them in just like into a craze, like they're big mad. And we get an insight on how brutal they can be, and if they need something out of someone, they don't play. Like, they're really, really brutal. And we see a really different side of Tora and who he's around and the scary environment he's in. It feels like anyone could die at any second. Tora is finding love where Poppy is getting out of a toxic relationship. This story is cute and very promising. It's on the Webtoon app and it's called Midnight Poppyland. Don't forget to download the app, and if you want, you could subscribe to me if you want, cause I'm amazing.